Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and we are at a Christmas tree farm, and it's right here in Oregon. Wait till you see it in this episode of Oregon Life.
So the farm actually started back in 1968. It's a fun story. My dad actually bought the property just to build a house in, and it had woods, and the farmer said, "Oh, there's 4 acres up there, I'll sell to you." And by the time they surveyed it off, it ended up giving him about 2 acres of tillable land because the farmer was wrong with his estimate. So then that 2 acres sat there for a little bit, and my dad wanted to buy a pickup truck, is the story. And my mom said, "You can have a pickup truck as long as you find some income to do it." So they researched it a little bit and planted the first Scotch pine trees. And Scotch pine was more the dominant species back then. You have to remember this is mid-70s now. He planted those, and after 5 years of taking care of them, it came to harvest, and it's kind of sold out in 2 days, 3 days he was only open. People were very interested in choosing cut trees, and then he convinced the farmer to sell him 7 acres that kind of squared off the acreage from the 4 acres that he originally bought, and planted more pine trees there. In '84, the 40 that we're standing on here came up for sale. The whole 80 actually came up for sale, but he can only afford the front 40. So then that's when they started into some wreaths and different items at that point. And then we turned into, fast forward to 2000 and 2001, when he was starting to think about selling it, and I slid in and said I'd like to buy it and continue the business. And I have taken it and turned it into what it is now, where we are selling about 2/3 more trees than what they did when I bought it, and it's turned into a great place. We expanded the store into a larger area, so people are actually coming here just for the store now, not just for Christmas trees. And added Santa and Mrs. Claus. This year we're expanding with the town of Verona, and Verona is going to bring trolleys here to do a Polar Express, which sold out in a day. So we're excited to get into that partnership of bringing other communities into Oregon also, and other people to promote the Oregon name a little bit. So some people come to the farm going, "Well, why didn't you plant more trees? There's not enough out there." So the idea of trees growing like corn is still in some of the people's minds. I've had a frustrated customer that said, "You should have planted more trees. How come you didn't plant more trees this spring?" Well, this is an 8 to 10 year process. We're planting trees that are seedlings that are already about 3 years old at this height. We put them in the ground. From there, they start growing a foot a year. So that's where we get the 8 feet in 8 years. Once they hit that 3rd and 4th year, that's when we're starting to make sure the double tops get clipped out. We're making sure that that tree isn't getting too wide, so we're pruning it back. In the 5th and 6th years, we're actually swinging a knife on the trees. It's called a shearing knife. Picture a bread knife about the size of about 4 foot long that we swing around the tree to make the shape. Again, at that same time, we're making sure that they're fertilized. I actually have full irrigation, irrigating the trees. We're not growing the Scotch pine anymore. We're growing more of the Fraser fir and balsam fir, some blue spruce, that kind of stuff. But it's a very physical, very active agriculture specialty crop. And a lot of people are saying that it's not agriculture, but it truly is. In the agriculture world, we are considered a specialty crop in agriculture. So live trees in the United States are just such an important, like we talked that it is a specialty crop, it is agriculture. The land that we are using is great for natural habitat of animals, mice, snakes, that kind of stuff. I don't want to criticize the cash crop or the ag farmers that are tilling that land every year. With this specialty crop, we really create a habitat for 10 years of that kind of animal. So that's just so important. Besides actually cutting a live tree compared to using the plastics and metals that artificial trees use. Some very interesting, fun things in the 20 years I've had it that has happened with a live tree. Families have put them in the backyard in January and have dumped bird seed on top of them to make them into a bird habitat. Some people have taken and gone to the extent of letting the kids butter the branches with peanut butter and then dumping the bird seed on it. And it's just, even without the bird seed, it's just a nice habitat in the backyard. The local zoo here, the Madison Zoo, has come and picked up trees for the animals to play with. They bat them around, they swing on them. We always try to donate to them too. We've also had some different projects where they've submersed the trees into lakes for fish habitat. All of those things are just so wonderful that this product is renewable, and it's just a great source of income locally here. We could spin that into a little bit that I have 100 people on payroll here during my season to bring a small little microeconomy into Oregon. So we have 100 on staff for a very short 2 months, but it's a nice extra income for local people who want a little bit of extra Christmas money as we see inflation going up and different things.
Hey, Mitchell, I've been working here at Hann's Christmas Tree Farm for 5 years now. Just been an employee. I got here freshman year of high school. Just kind of stuck around. My favorite part of this job is just being outside and helping people get what they need to get done for Christmas, and helping them find their tree. We also shake your tree so it gets any loose needles out, and we also bind it up so it's easier to transport into your house.
Another nice little tip that I give people is leave it right in the bale, put it in the stand, in the bale, stand it right up, get your water in your tree stand, get everything set, and then open it up. It's just easier to handle the tree with it baled. Personally, around the farm, I really enjoy the Christmas season here with people. My enjoyable part actually is more growing the tree. I enjoy being out in the field. I enjoy growing a tree. And then it just means so much to me that I took a year to grow these trees and nurture them. More than a year, I mean the 10 years, but you know, that year of the trees that are being harvested, it means the world to me. That I can grow something that somebody puts inside their house and centers such an important holiday around it. That means the world to me. Neat on this farm, some things that happen year after year is we have engagements on the farm. People surprise when they're cutting their tree. We have warm reunions of, we go for a tree hunt. Some families call it a tree hunt, and they come together. They actually tailgate a little bit in the parking lot and bring that things. It's very endearing when somebody comes and said, well, I remember when I was this high running through the store, and now my kids are coming. So we have 3 generations that have come through the farm, and it's nice to have a business that isn't just a commercial business. We are large and we would be probably considered a commercial business, but it's just nice that we still have those really close ties to our customers and to the community. Thank you for watching Oregon Life.